You would think. The only way they don't is if they flip this. I think the only way they don't is if they flip this for Watson.
Putting the NFL news, and then if we have time,
we'll circle back to the NBA. But the NFL just got lit on fire today.
Yep. I thought the Aaron Rodgers news was going to be the biggest thing, and then in my class,
Me too.
I just get a notification, just Russell Wilson to the Broncos. I didn't believe it, and then I see a text from you, and I see you're like, that just happened. I'm like, oh,
I said no way Russ just got traded or something like that, because
I
woke up and that was the first thing I saw. It said
the first thing I saw was
the
Aaron
first thing
Rodgers
I do, as maybe embarrassing as it is, the first thing I do when I wake up, I open Twitter, see what's going on, okay? Mm-hmm. And I open it up and I see, I think it was Adam Schefter, and it said 36 seconds ago, and the Broncos and Seahawks have agreed on a deal. Blah blah blah.
How did you get it that quickly? Because I thought I got it super quickly.
That was the first thing I saw.
Texted it, and I'm like, what?
And usually, so a lot of times people will change their Twitter handle to Adam Schefter or something like that, and change their profile pic. Yeah. But then I saw the check mark. I was like, no way.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
So the full details are out now.
Well, that's weird because the details, I feel like they always come out so much later than the trade. But I feel like the details came out so quick.
Especially since it technically isn't official. I mean, all that needs to happen is he needs to pass a physical, which he will.
Well, he needs to pass it, and he also needs to, because he has a no-trade clause, he has to
he will accept it. He's in Denver.
Well, he's going to accept it. Yeah.
He's in Denver today. He's going to accept it.
This is weird because
Denver might get Von Miller back, too.
I know. I saw.
He was talking about that yesterday.
I think Von Miller. I think this news was already.
You think
announced.
He knew?
I think he knew.
He
at least knew Aaron Rodgers or Russ. And I thought it was going to be an Aaron Rodgers trade that was going to break.
I thought so too, man. With Hackett being there, I
didn't
thought
think Russ was going to. I thought Russ.
Was staying for sure. I thought he was staying.
But
either way, let's go through these details real quick because there's some differing opinions on the return. So. The Broncos receive Russell Wilson, obviously top 5 quarterback in the league, 33 years old, but he's got time left, and a 4th-round pick.
Yep.
How did they squeeze a 4th out of that? I wish I was a fly on the wall in the Broncos room when they're like, give
me that 4th. We want it.
I think we need a 4th. But
we need a 4th, and it's deal or no deal. This is it. Make or break. We want Russ and a 4th.
Right. The Seahawks get Drew Lock.
Great.
It could be. Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, 2 first-round picks, and 2 second-round picks, which I'm 99% sure are 22 and 23, and then a 5th-round pick. Mm-hmm. So Seattle, I've been thinking about it this way. Seattle gave up 2 firsts, a 3rd, and a starting safety for Jamal Adams. And they get back 2 seconds, 2 firsts.
And a dud players.
A backup quarterback and a tight end for one of the better quarterbacks the league has ever seen.
Yeah, I think they got robbed.
I don't think they got necessarily robbed here, but looking at it with the Jamal Adams deal, oof.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah, they got robbed.
So they will have the 9th pick in the draft this year, as well as 40 and 41. And then they'll have 2 firsts and 2 seconds next year. So they have a lot of capital. There are rumors about them potentially.
1 first and 1 second next year.
They should have 2. Don't they have their own first?
Oh, yeah, they have.
Next year.
I thought you meant they got 2 extra firsts.
No. So
no, because they don't have their first next year.
I think they do.
Because didn't they trade all their firsts away to?
They traded 2 for Jamal Adams, so they didn't have one last year, and they don't.
Traded other
and they don't
firsts
this year.
I don't think they. I think they just have 1 next year. I'm assuming.
I'm pretty sure. Either way, I'll look it up. But either way, they have solid draft capital now. Tyler Lockett, I would assume, is going to be in trade talks now. Could totally be on the move.
Or DK.
I think DK is going to stay, unless he divas out.
I heard some trade rumors about DK. Well, he might pull a Mike. I feel like he's like a Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas wanted out after the Drew Brees thing, and then he didn't play at all this year. And he said it was injuries, but he wanted to trade anyways, so he might do that. I can see that.
Yeah, they do have their own 1st and 2nd next year. So
be interesting.
They will have 2 firsts and 2 seconds next year.
Okay.
But I think that Lockett could be on the move. I think Wagner could be on the move. Jamal Adams could potentially be on the move.
Everything.
You would think. The only way they don't is if they flip this. I think the only way they don't is if they flip this for Watson, which at this point would be incredibly stupid because he might never play again. But
yeah,
who knows?
That'd be interesting. Watson to Seattle.
Yeah, please no.
And then
Please no. Please.
I would want Watson
But-
on like.
What do you who do you think won this trade?
I think Denver.
I think so too. I mean,
Well,
Seattle doesn't
Denver-
exactly have a great track record of first round drafting. And Denver just got an elite quarterback with he has a couple years left on his deal.
Denver's a really good, pretty good team.
And they got him without giving up any great players.
I think
Like, okay, losing Fant kind of sucks, but
Shelby
I'm not
Harris
even
is decent.
I'm not even going to try to say his last name, but Albert O, their backup tight end, he's decent. And
Like-
I thought for sure it was going to be 3 1s and Judy. And it's 2 1s and they get to keep Judy. They get
Yeah,
to
they
keep
just got,
Sutton. They keep Javante. Yeah.
Noah Fant was decent.
They're about to get Von Miller back.
Shelby Harris was decent.
They kept
Drew
Surtain.
Lock sucked, and I was huge on Drew Lock, but Drew Lock sucks.
Fant is solid, but
Fant is decent.
he's like a solid tight end.
Well, he's
Oh well.
hands down best player in this trade. Like from the Broncos side, the 2 firsts is pretty important. 2 seconds is pretty important.
Yeah.
But like,
So
I don't know. I think
obviously I am a 49ers fan,
Broncos.
which means
it's gonna be that the AFC West is gonna be stacked.
oh, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Like Patrick
okay,
Mahomes,
Derek Carr-
Justin Herbert.
Derek Carr has to be the best quarterback of all time to be the worst quarterback in a division.
Yeah,
He's got to be because Derek Carr's really good, and he is the clear worst quarterback in that division. That's insane.
Like
But-
what? Like,
So
and that's so demoralizing too. That like
right,
you have
Poor
a
Raiders,
really
man.
good quarterback. Like I would take Derek Carr over most other quarterbacks in the NFC
I think he
and
has a
AFC.
top 10 to 12 argument for sure
Yeah, like, and yet he's the worst in their division, and is probably
by
not
a
gonna win much.
significant margin.
Yeah, like, cause what you got Hall of Famer. You got 3 potential Hall of Famers all in one.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's crazy.
insane.
That's ridiculous.
But yeah, so obviously
I would request a trade if I was Derek Carr. If I'm gonna be
I'm a
honest.
big 49ers fan, which means I am preying on the Seahawks' downfall. So I love to see this.
Aaron
Now-
Rodgers to the Raiders.
Let me tell you
Imagine.
what I would do if I was a Seahawks fan. This is what I would want. So they have pick 9 this year, as well as 40 and 41. And then they have 2 firsts and 2 seconds next year. The quarterbacks this year are not good. Okay.
Trade Jamal. Trade. I don't know. Bobby Wagner.
Well, I guess this is just assuming they make no other moves, which I'm sure they will. But I think at 9, they need to take a tackle. Okay. There are 3 tackles that are top 10 talents. There is Evan Neal from Alabama. There's Ikem Ekwonu from NC State. And there's Charles Cross from, Mississippi State, I want to say.
I think so.
I think that Evan Neal will be gone. I think he might be pick 1. I think Ekwonu will be gone by the Giants pick. And there's
I think by 3 or 4. I think. I think he's going
the Jets could take him too. And the Panthers also need a tackle, so they could look at Cross. The Seahawks need to get one of those guys. And if they don't, I think they need to trade down.
I think they need to trade up for one of them. I mean, they could just wait and be. I think right now they're going to try to be aggressive, which I could see them moving up into the top 5 and getting one of those players.
Ideally for them, one of those guys falls. I think the most likely is Charles Cross. So he falls to 9, they get him. Then at 40 and 41, if I was Seattle, I go receiver and then deal Lockett, and then I go edge, because this is a super deep edge class. You can get I'm super high on a guy out of Cincinnati. I don't know how to say his first name. Myjai Sanders. He's an edge out of Cincinnati. He's a stud. I think he'd be a great second-round pick. And then there will be great it's a deep receiver class. So you can go Myjai at 40, and then 41, you could get potentially, there's Christian Watson will be there. Jahan Dotson might be there if you want another smaller guy. Sky Moore might be there.
Well, what could be interesting is that maybe they could trade Tyler Lockett or something.
I think you can get a 3 out of Lockett.
I think you could add him and probably try to move up into the top 5. Because the thing is that
Are
with
there
the
any
draft,
win now teams in the top 5?
with the draft how it is?
I don't think there
you need
are.
to draft by priority, and with the linemen, in my opinion, I think the top 5. There's a top 5, and then there's just mid linemen after. that point.
I like a lot of the linemen, but there's only 3 that I would take top 10, and it are those.
Yeah, and I think those are
So I think if
team changing.
I think if none of them are there, if I'm Seattle, I trade down. I try to pick up a couple mid-round picks, trade back, and then if you want to still go tackle, you take Trevor Penning. If you want to go interior, you go Linderbaum.
Well, I would probably trade up, try to get one of those players, and maybe use a receiver, and then try to draft a receiver later in the draft because they're filled.
See, we disagree on that. I think that they need to stay put or move back. I wouldn't trade up if I were them. I think they need to stack all the capital they can, and I'd rather move back, gain some more mid-round picks, and because I don't know. If I'm Seattle, I guess the main point I was trying to make is I'd go edge, tackle, receiver at your top 3 picks this year. Wait on quarterback until next year. Mm-hmm. The only quarterback worth a first-round pick this year, in my opinion, is Malik Willis. I don't think that Corral. I think Corral is a second-round talent who will be picked in the first round. I don't believe in Pickett. I don't believe in Howell, at least from what I've seen so far.
I like Pickett
as first-round picks.
I'm kind of changing my opinion on him. I don't like that he throws with gloves.
The hands are an issue.
I don't know.
Some of the smallest hands a starting quarterback would ever have. He fumbled 26 times in college, and now the ball's getting bigger. That's a problem. That is a problem. He's also, I believe he'd be a 24-year-old rookie. So
yeah, that's kind of concerning.
So if I'm Seattle, you beef up tackle.
I think it's a big hit or big miss.
You go tackle, edge, and I think you go receiver and move Lockett this year, and then you wait.
So we agree on that, though.
Wait on a quarterback until next year.
At least getting capital for Tyler Lockett and then getting a receiver.
Wait on a quarterback till next year and draft one in 2023. So this year, write it out with Locke, I guess, for a year, or sign Trubisky for a 1-year deal, maybe, because
just something. High on Trubisky this year.
I don't know how I feel about it, but I would take Trubisky.
I would take a chance if,
I'd take him over Locke and Geno. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would take a chance over him, because it's kind of coming out that it was kind of like the Bears was very dysfunctional, and he might.
It's not all on
him.
It for sure wasn't all on him. He deserves another chance.
Yeah, I think so too.
Anyway, so I think Seattle needs to wait on a quarterback. As a 49ers fan, I hope they draft a quarterback this year. I would absolutely love it.
One of those.
I hope Willis is gone by 9 and they take Pickett that would be great.
We know about draft busts.
That would be great.
And quarterbacks busting in the first round, being a draft
the last 5-6 years, there's been a lot of draft busts, especially at quarterback.